Hello Leafs Nation, and welcome back to your go-to channel, the Toronto Maple Leaf News Network. Today we have jam-packed updates about our beloved Leafs with news that has just surfaced in the last few hours. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade for a superstar forward, a rookie sensation making his mark, and the latest on the trade talks surrounding another one of our young guns. So, if you are a true Leafs fan, you definitely don't want to miss any of this. And yes, before we start the video, I have to ask, if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you can stay in the loop with all the latest breaking news on the blue and white. Alright, let's get right into our first major story of the day. Update 1. Could a Sabres implosion lead to a superstar landing in Toronto? Kicking things off, we have a massive development that should have every single Leafs fan on the edge of their seat. We all know the team is still actively searching for more help up front, specifically a legitimate top 6 winger to solidify our offense. While the trade market has been quiet, things might be about to explode, and the key could be found just down the Queen Elizabeth Way in Buffalo. The Buffalo Sabres are off to another disastrous start, kicking off their season with a rough 0-3 record and having already allowed 10 goals. But this isn't just about a few early losses. The frustration in that locker room is reaching a boiling point, and their star players are making it known. According to a report from hockey insider Elliotte Friedman, the situation is getting into what he calls dangerous territory. Why? Because star players Rasmus Dahlin and, more importantly for us, Tage Thompson, have openly stated that there needs to be improvements this season. They are putting management on a very short leash. And when your top players are issuing ultimatums just a few games into the season, things could get very ugly, very fast. So, why should the Maple Leafs be watching this like a hawk? Because Tage Thompson is the exact player they've been looking for. This isn't just wishful thinking. He's everything you could want in a top-line, power-forward winger. We are talking about a 6'6", 220-pound force of nature who blends that incredible size with elite offensive skill. Since his breakout season in 2021 to 2022, Thompson ranks 12th in the entire National Hockey League in goals with a staggering 159. He is a 2-time 40-goal scorer and is considered one of the top sharpshooters in the game right now. Even with the Sabres struggling, he's still producing, with his expected goals for percentage at 5-on-5 sitting at a healthy 56.39%. The man is a game changer. Now, the big question, what would it take to get him? Let's be clear, it would be a monumental move, and the Maple Leafs would have to put everything on the table. While our prospect pool isn't the deepest in the league, names like Easton Cowan, who we will talk more about later, Ben Danford, other prospects, roster players, and of course, draft picks would all surely have to be part of the conversation. Thompson's contract is also a factor, carrying a $7.14 million cap hit. But with the salary cap on the rise, that's an extremely valuable number for a premier goal scorer of his caliber. He also has a modified no-trade clause where he can submit a 5-team no-trade list. The first hurdle would be ensuring the Maple Leafs aren't on that list. But here's where Toronto might have an inside track. Thompson could be enticed to join his fellow Arizona natives Austin Matthews and Matthew Knies, creating a powerful connection on and off the ice. If Toronto is one of his preferred destinations, he could control where he wants to go, which plays right into the Maple Leafs' hands. Again, nothing is imminent, but with the Sabres' top players already showing their extreme displeasure, the clock is ticking for that organization. If things continue to spiral, a massive change could be on the horizon, and Brad Treliving should be the first one on the phone. This is a situation we will be monitoring very, very closely. Update 2. He is a dog on a bone. Rookie Easton Cowan explodes onto the scene. Now for our second piece of news, let's shift our focus from a potential addition to a player who is already here and making a huge impact. We're talking about rookie sensation Easton Cowan. Tuesday night was a truly special milestone for the 20-year-old, who is playing in just his second career National Hockey League game. While he made his debut on Monday in a tough loss against the Detroit Red Wings, he still managed to earn high praise from both his head coach and his teammates for his effort. But it was in the very next game, a win over the Nashville Predators, where Cowan truly announced his arrival. In just over 14 minutes of ice time across 17 shifts, Cowan not only put in another solid performance, but also etched his name on the score sheet for the very first time in his NHL career. He picked up his first point by assisting on an Austin Matthews goal in the second period. It was a secondary helper, but a crucial one, starting the play in the neutral zone that sent Matthew Knees and Matthews in on an odd man rush, which Matthews finished for his second goal of the season. A fantastic moment for the rookie, helping out the team's biggest star. Following the game, his bench boss, Craig Berube, had nothing but glowing things to say about the young forward's performance. And I want to read you this quote directly because it says everything you need to know about Cowan's style of play. Berube said, "He is a dog on a bone out there. He hounds everything, gets pucks back and strips people. He's played well. He played well again tonight. On back-to-back nights, I wasn't sure, but I thought he had another good night. It was good to see." That is massive praise from a coach like Berube. It shows that Cowan isn't just skilled, but he has the relentless work ethic that this team needs. With Scott Lawton and Steven Lorentz still out of the lineup, Cowan has been given a golden opportunity with consistent minutes, and he is taking full advantage of it. And isn't it interesting, Leafs Nation? We were just discussing how Cowan would have to be a centerpiece in any potential trade for a superstar like Tage Thompson. With every single shift, this kid is proving his immense value, whether that's as a foundational piece for our future or as a blue chip asset that could land us a major star. It's a fantastic position to be in. Look for him to build on this momentum as the Maple Leafs get ready to take on the New York Rangers this Thursday night. You can bet Easton Cowan is itching to get back out there and continue to make his mark. Update 3. Trade talks heating up. Are Nick Robertson's days in Toronto numbered? And for our final story today, we're discussing a topic that has been swirling around the team for what feels like an eternity: the future of forward Nick Robertson. The speculation surrounding the 24-year-old has not subsided, and according to a fresh report from TSN's Darren Dreger, it's heating up once again. During the latest edition of Insider Trading, Dreger noted that Maple Leafs general manager Brad Treliving has recently been in talks with other clubs that have expressed interest in acquiring Robertson. It seems we're moving past speculation and into active conversation. As Dreger pointed out, Robertson finds himself in a very familiar spot, hoping for a larger role and a real opportunity in the National Hockey League. But given the forward depth the Maple Leafs currently have, it's an incredibly tough spot for him to carve out a permanent, significant role. The question is now being asked louder than ever. Maybe it's finally time to give him a fresh start somewhere else. This isn't a new development. We heard reports from NHL insider Chris Johnston back on September 9th that the Leafs were open to moving the forward. This saga goes back even further, to the summer of 2024, when Robertson officially put in a trade request. While no deal came together then, and he ultimately signed a one-year extension, the writing has been on the wall. He even went to salary arbitration this past offseason before finally agreeing to a one-year, $1.825 million extension on August 2nd. But here's the key difference now, and it ties directly into our last story. Easton Cowan is now a major factor in the Leafs' plans. Cowan has forced his way into the mix, even getting a look on the top line in his NHL debut, which puts even more pressure on a player like Robertson, who is fighting for ice time. For his part, Robertson seems to understand his precarious situation. Speaking to the media, he said, "Right now, I can't speak for what their plans are for me in the future. I can't control what the future looks like for me here. Whatever happens to me is out of my control, so I'll just go about my business." While a trade isn't guaranteed at this very moment, the noise is getting louder, and the fact that the team's GM is actively speaking with interested parties strongly suggests that Nick Robertson's days wearing the blue and white are numbered. And that's a wrap on another jam-packed news update here at the Toronto Maple Leaf News Network. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date on all the latest breaking Leafs news, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for tuning in. Stay loud, stay proud, and go Leafs go!